Greetings, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Barbara Dean Franklin Show, Real Talk, Real People. I am your host, Barbara Dean Franklin, and today I have the awesome pleasure of sitting with my brother, my friend, Ramon Burnham. How are you?
I am great. How are you doing today?
I am wonderful, wonderful. Ramon, I know that you're aware that this past week on Tuesday, Van Cephas committed suicide.
Yes.
So what I want to do is just have a moment of silence in honor of Van before we start talking. Okay?
Absolutely. He's a very good friend.
Yes, sir. Amen. All right, so what's going on, my brother?
Working hard out in the community, trying to do what we do.
I know that, and doing a very good job. You know, I know a lot of times people say let other people pat you on the back, so I want to give you one. Ramon is the CEO, founder of SV Mix Radio, the only internet station not on radio, right? And then you do so much other stuff. This is what I really love about you, how you have your family involved in your internet, you know, in the business. Crystal and Big.
All the kids.
All,
Big Crush,
yeah.
Even my older son, who they don't know that well in the Detroit area because he's been living in Kansas City, and he's been doing shows from there for years. So Tony, so all of them.
Let's talk a little bit, you know, then we'll come back to, let's talk a little bit about how you got started in the business, because I mean you're well known all over, and I know you DJ, and you have a large following, and you know everybody. So tell me how you got started, because a lot of people in the city, they want, you know, they have that dream. How did you get started?
When I was 5, my dad is a gospel singer.
Okay.
Has sung with the quartets all my life. Last singing with the Soul Superiors. So I started singing gospel at 5.
Okay.
I had my own group, and I toured with my dad and a bunch of groups from the cities, like the Masters of Harmony and the Counselors, you know. So I got a chance to get early in the game and kind of get out there. I decided I wanted to start dancing after that, so I began dancing and dancing with some dance groups, and I had the honor of dancing with the Detroit City Breakers. Okay. So, you know, we started break dancing, and I kind of progressed from there. You know, we produced and DJ'd and rapped, and so ultimately, you know, I had a very long career as a DJ, where I was fortunate enough to tour with groups like the Rough Riders and many national groups, Too Short, a bunch of people. So I got a chance to travel, and this was all at a very early age. And I did that while playing hockey, a very unique thing in the city. Shout out to everybody from Jack Adams in Detroit. Okay. So I played hockey. I went all the way to Sweden playing hockey. Wow. And so it gave me a chance to kind of spread my wings, you know, and I just kind of dibbled and dabbled in everything along the way.
And spread your wings you have, you know, because this last, the election, you were campaigning.
Yeah, I was very integral. I was a big part of Benny Napoleon's campaign.
Right.
And I still am a big part of the things that Benny's doing in the city. Benny is a great influence for the city. He's the Wayne County Sheriff, and I work closely with the Sheriff's Department on a lot of things.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about your interest in the children in the community, building up, you know, some of the things that they lack, you know, in areas. I mean, just being a voice for the kids, to the kids, and giving them something to hope for. Because you're doing some things with some of the schools, or you have some kind of camps and things that you're doing. Let's share a little bit about that.
Well, as we see, I had a church start.
Okay.
So, you know, when you get that foundation in the church, you come up a certain way.
Right.
I came up in the Baptist church.
All right.
So the parents were very integral in raising the kids. The pastor was very involved in the kids' lives.
It takes a village.
So, there you go. So, when I started to get into politics and into activism, one thing that I saw lacking was that element.
Okay.
That leadership, that mentorship element for the youth wasn't there. There was a division. You had the older, wiser generation, and then you had the younger generation, and there was just a big divide between them.
Okay.
So me being what I call middle age, not being older yet, but not necessarily still being a kid, I found myself in a position where I had a voice with both groups.
Right.
So it became important for me to kind of bring the two groups together.
Okay.
So I partnered with Yo-Yo, who most people know as a platinum artist, worked with Ice Cube.
Right.
I partnered with her and a few other people, and we set off a camp in Highland Park, which is a hip-hop camp.
Okay.
Kids are dropped off in the morning, they're picked up in the afternoon, they're given a free lunch.
Okay.
And they're taught singing, dance, rapping, DJing, production, whatever they want to learn from scratch, hands-on with people who do this every day.
Right.
And when they come into the camp, we do a unique thing. We make them pick a rapper name, even if they're not going to be a rapper.
Okay.
Because we want to inspire them to explore what talents they may have. A lot of times you have kids who have incubating talents that just haven't been awakened yet.
Right.
So, we encourage them to participate in everything, dancing, acting, all of it.
Right.
And it's amazing because we've had parents come to us and say, I never thought my daughter would be a dancer. My daughter's a dancer. She dancing in stuff at school and at church, and I never thought she would do that.
Right.
But a lot of times these kids just aren't given a free opportunity to express themselves.
Right.
So that's what we, that was our goal. That's what we've set out to do.
And it's amazing, as you and I had lunch and we were sharing, some of them come in and they may be a little rough around the edges, but what they want, they don't care how much you know, they want to know how much you care. And when you put that time into those kids, you see them being rough around the edges and then striving to do really great things. Is there one particular situation that you are reminded of a kid who is doing some, better things?
Absolutely. We had this young kid named Flex Bands. He's a rapper. He's about 12 years old. And I remember the first day he was in our camp.
Okay.
And to watch him mature, he was just recently on my station doing an interview, and the first question he was asked about, the first statement he made was, hey man, I'm not the best rapper, I got a lot to grow. He was like, and I'm just trying to get better and better every day. And I told his mother, I said, to see how he has matured is amazing to me. And he's very talented. But I said, just to mentally see, I mean, it's cool to
Just
develop
that
the
statement.
rapping, right? But I'm like, this kid's mind is being developed.
Exactly.
And if it's okay, man, shout out to Super MC and my man Vane Centric, who work real hard in a hip-hop class with these small kids, all the way down to the age of 5.
Okay, that's wonderful. If somebody is looking right now and they wanted to get in touch with you, and because a lot of people may not know about the camp,
right?
How can they get in touch with you to find out about the camp and possibly enroll their kids in it?
My number's all over the internet. You can Google me, but it's 313-598-6484. You can call me direct or text me, and we welcome all kids. It's free. And even we even encourage people, if you work during the day and you don't have a babysitter, it's free. You can drop them off in the morning, you can pick them up in the afternoon, and they get free lunch.
Okay.
So it's okay during the summer to bring them to the camp for a couple of weeks. We don't mind, because we're really trying to affect the young people.
That's great. Well, I have two my neighbors, LaChae and Jason. I definitely will be ushering them over to the camp, but I want to stick around, a couple of days. Just
and we invite all of you guys who I know are dynamic people in the community. That is what we start off the day with, motivational words and different things. And when you come over, you're treated to an environment where the kids are taught to be in control. They're taught to listen to the adults. It's a great environment.
I'm almost like I'm getting chills and really getting excited because I can see it. I see the bigger picture. Let's, I need to just really talk about all the things that you're doing as Street Vibes Mixed Radio. I
Well,
mean, the shows every day. You got a lineup.
yeah,
Let's talk about it.
we've got a dynamic lineup of shows. They're comprised of people who have been very influential in this or other communities. Our flagship show, the Chris Kelly Show, was initiated to give the nostalgia artists a chance to come on and continue telling their stories and to continue their legacy. And that's been going for 5 years, and it's been amazing. We've had everybody from members of the Jackson's family on it to you name it. And it's amazing to still hear the stories. It's funny because I know one of the executive producers of Unsung, and I keep telling them they stole that show from me. But it's once again, it's just about preserving heritage and putting stories out there that our kids and our young people need to see, because these guys don't get to tell their stories anymore. We know some very influential people in the community who have dynamic stories that these kids should hear. And I wanted to make sure that we kept a vehicle there for them for that.
That's great. So that's Chris Kelly. Now, what day is he on?
He is on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
That's fine. 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Tuesday nights.
I mean, because I'm looking, you got Wet Wednesday, you got a Monday night, Simply Bonita. I mean,
And Simply Bonita, she broadcasts out of Baltimore, and she does what we call human interest stories. I'm actually going to impose upon you after this interview to be on Simply Bonita's show. She does human interest. She exposes people who do great works as far as in domestic violence or AIDS or any of those things. And that show is a very valuable part of what we do, because we're able to give people who aren't celebrities but who work hard for causes a chance to come on and to further their cause. So, and then we do the kid shows. And I can't leave out the kid shows.
Most definitely. Let's talk about your daughter, Christian. Her show. I mean, she would. Who was the group that she interviewed? The little group that all the girls are crazy about.
She's done
the little cute one.
OMG. She's done
the guys. True.
Oh.
Man, I can't think of it, but
her favorite interview. She interviewed T.I.
T.I., I remember.
And she interviewed T.I. while they were taping his show. So she was actually taped
while she was
during
taping.
the episode. So, but it's interesting. I just recently co-hosted with her, and it had been a while since I had co-hosted a show with her, and she blew me away.
All right.
The kids are awesome. I mean, if you give them an opportunity to grow and to grow into their shoes, they are awesome. She has blossomed into an amazing young woman and an amazing broadcaster. She received an award from a local television station here last year, and she deserves it. She's great.
And what's so awesome about that is that I paid respects before, but when they lost their mom, you have a foundation for Crystal now, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about her foundation.
Well, The Outlaw, of course, was a co-host on my show, but also we had 2 kids together, and she was amazing. I always say, easily the best host I ever worked with, a beautiful personality. So in her untimely passing last year, we decided to start the Crystal Clear Foundation. And what that is a foundation that's aimed at educating people on life-threatening illnesses. So let's say that you have something like Crohn's disease. Well, you get diagnosed with this, but very few people really have a lot of information about Crohn's, and there's not a lot out there.
Exactly.
So what we're working to do now is to create a physical location as well as a web location where a person could literally come on. You could contact a person on there who is a medical assistant or something of that nature, and you could talk directly with them about what you're going through and what you've just been diagnosed with.
Okay. You know what? And I'm going to, after the show, I have a number because I was at a meetup last week. It's for raw foods or healthy eating, healthy living. And there's a young lady, and I cannot remember her name, but she will break down, what you should eat to make you better. She has a system that she's designed. She will put in your illness and then come up with the foods. And I told her that I would have her on the show, so definitely.
That's the type of thing that the foundation is geared at exposing, because especially in the African American community, we're diagnosed every day. Crystal had congestive heart failure. So in the African American community, we're diagnosed every day with illnesses that we don't understand.
Exactly.
So we die a lot of times from not, like I'll talk to a person with diabetes, and you'd be surprised. I was born a diabetic, but you'll be surprised how many people don't understand carbohydrates and things of that nature.
Exactly.
So they're killing themselves every day just because they don't know.
And the key, to diabetes is proper eating, exercise, and you don't stretch, so there are things that we can do to save ourselves, but we don't, practice that. We continue to, maybe go and get a pill. Okay, you have a pill or you take an injection, but there are things that we need to do. We need to own to make ourselves better as well. So the Crystal Foundation, if people want to donate to that, do you have some information?
We're relaunching the website. The website is the Crystal Clear Foundation. Right now, if you want more information on the foundation, you can contact me once again, 313-598-6484, or you can call the station for information for that too, and that's 248-506-1281. And we will get back to you quickly. We're really putting that together, and we're looking for dynamic people like the young lady you mentioned, who really want to be a part of making a difference in the communities, because our children are being diagnosed with a lot of these things, and their lives are being cut very short because of the lack of information that we have.
And it's so amazing to me how our children are being diagnosed with so many things. Like, okay, so what happened? Because when we were coming up, we didn't have these same diagnoses, because if that were true, if they say ADD, I guess I was a little D when I was growing up, because I know I was.
We're all ADD. we're all ADD.
Yeah,
so.
I know. So they put these diagnoses on you, and then they want to medicate you. They don't want to give you, because our bodies naturally heal themselves.
Absolutely.
And if we, use the earth and the things that are grown and, pure things, nothing on it, we can go back to that. So we need to do urban gardening, teaching the kids how to grow their own foods and vegetables, and eating healthy, taking out some of the red meat. I'm not there yet, but I know these are the things that, we
I'm
need
with
to
you.
do.
God's still working on me too.
Exactly. I'm juicing, more, and trying to do these things. I just cannot get to the exercise yet, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there.
I'm vegetarian maybe like 3 days out the week.
Okay.
I'm trying to go.
Okay.
But the thing, and I'm a spiritual person, so, I'm a Christian. Yeah. So, I believe that, once God finished in the garden and finished in creation, everything we needed was already made.
There, yes.
We didn't need anything to be invented after that, and everything we invented after that, we invented for our own pleasure. And I think now, what we're experiencing is an environment that has been affected by all this technology and all this other stuff. So, we're dealing with that. And so, you're seeing child cancer and child diabetes and even infant diabetes. I was reading, someone had forwarded me an email about infant diabetes, and not like I'm a type 1, I was born with it.
Okay.
But there are infants who are developing type 2.
Okay. And she talked about the genetics and, how, man, okay, so that's just confirmation for me that I need to do a show on diabetes too, because I'm trying to find the professionals to bring them on, and let's have some real talk, not in the doctor's office.
It has expanded. I mean, I have it, but I mean, even me, as I continue to read and research, the expansion of this illness is amazing to me. I mean, like I said, I can't imagine a child developing type 2. I mean, because that means that, there's some environmental or some dietary, there's something going wrong.
Yeah, what are you using, and what are the Lysol we spraying, or this, or the what are we washing our clothes with, and all of these things are breaking us down. So we definitely need to have a talk about that. Like 30 minutes is never going to be enough time for me and you, because this is, but let's talk about Big Crush. Let's talk about his show.
Okay, the teenagers, we have had a program where we actually have graduated several teens, and I have a couple of them working abroad in broadcasting, so I'm very proud of that. They've gone on to college. One of them is at Michigan State. I say that regretfully, because I am a Wolverine. But one of them is at Michigan State, and she is in broadcasting.
Okay.
And then we have several others that have gone on. So Big Crush is our last person to graduate. So he's working out his adult show now.
All
so
right.
he's actually taking a break from the Big Crush show.
All right.
That's my younger son. He's 19, and so he's developing his adult show and where he's going to go with his thing now.
Right.
But prior to that, he did the hip-hop, and the up-and-coming hip-hop artist. We now have a 6-year-old host of Special Kids.
Really?
His name is Trey.
Okay.
His mother is a member of the group Brownstone.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tisha Lott Brown.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to think, did I hear him sing, or I did, because I was on, I signed in to Christian the other day, and I saw that where they were saying he was like amazing. He has his talent, he has his own show.
Yes, he does. He plays the drums, he plays the bongos, he produces songs.
Wow.
He's 6 years old. It's amazing.
Wow.
And so he's going to be hosting Special Kids, which is our youngest kids show. And then Christian does SV Teen Talk TV. Which has turned into the teen show, which is a little weird getting used to my daughter now being a teenager.
Yeah. Listen, there's on your site there your favorite quote, and I just want to kind of read it. It said, "A man is called such because of his actions, not his sexuality. A woman is known by the fruit she bears and her character. A true man will always be a good father, and a true woman a good mother, and the kids should bear fruit of the goodness." And that's your quote.
Yes.
And it is so true, because when I would look at your kids, and this was like years ago, I was doing an event and I needed people to come out. It was for the boxing. And
I remember that. K9 was out there.
Yeah, K9. Yeah, you brought all of the kids out, and it was just amazing to me to see how. I mean, you have your own career back, right? You could do whatever you want to do, but you keep going back and grabbing those, the children, because they are our future, and that, as a matter of fact, Adriana Beard, that's what I met her that day.
Yeah.
When you came out
Little
there.
Miss Michigan.
Yeah, Little Miss.
We're working on some stuff now. She's about to have a show.
I know.
Yeah.
And I ran her show last week, or week before last, my guest canceled. It was her birthday. I said, run her show. And she was so cute and little. I said, now if I get her on the show, she will out-talk me.
She's a recording artist now. She's doing all kinds of dynamic stuff.
OMG in Texas. Yeah, she is just blowing me out the water. And every time I turn around, she is up to something. But I'm very proud of her. I was just at a play that she was in. He's my husband. No, he's my man. So you are doing an awesome job.
And her sister Andrea is a boxer. We inspired Andrea to get into boxing.
Yes.
That
she loves
happened on a trip to St. Louis. I looked at her arms and I was like, girl. But they have her brother Andre. He's a performer. Her older brother is a performer. So they have a great family.
Yes.
And we've got a new initiative, though. I got to sneak in here.
Okay.
We're now doing a school tour.
Okay.
And the school tour is called How Can I Be Down Detroit?
All right.
And basically what we're doing is we take people of all walks of life into the school. We put on a show for the kids, and then we challenge the kids. We come back in a month or so, and the kids have to put a show on for us.
Wow.
So we challenge them. We sit in the audience the second time.
Okay.
And we just did it at Job Corps, and oh man, it was amazing. The response was amazing. I took Dewana D, who's an accomplished Ebony Jet model. She models for Macy's and a bunch of stuff. She also co-hosted 106 in Park, as well as Tisha Lott Brown from Brownstone.
Okay.
We had an amazing show and an amazing response from the kids. So watch out for that tour coming around to
How
your
can
school.
I be down?
How can I be down Detroit?
Okay.
We're gonna bring Barb with us. We're gonna bring Barb with us. Barb,
want me to rap?
You got to come tell them what you do.
Okay.
And we had people from different walks of life, and they were like, I don't know how these kids are gonna accept me. And I told them, I said, these kids have been holding their breath, waiting for some people to come in here and inspire them. And the response was amazing. My man Will Worthy at Try God Tees is one of my sponsors on that deal.
Okay.
He came in and gave out shirts and discovered a child clothing designer.
Wow. Will, that's the guy that ate my rib tips?
Yeah. Absolutely. We was talking about that yesterday.
Okay.
It was funny because he had forgot I was going to be on today, and I told him that's because you were so busy eating
the
ribs.
Right, exactly. You weren't listening. This is what I want you to do, because we only have a few minutes. So I want you to look in that camera. There's some child, some man, some woman, somebody that is out there, they're going through something. They don't know how to, how things are looking. I just need you to just speak from your heart and just encourage somebody right now for me about whatever their dream is.
Absolutely. Always know this, that the end result is always in your hands. Your strength comes from God. Your motivation has to come from your desire to be the best you can be. Just keep pushing forward no matter what people say, no matter what people do, because success is in your hands. No one can stop you but you.
Amen. What I usually try to do is spotlight a missing child at the end of my show. But before I go and, get ready to sign off, I need you to give them your website, to get to your radio station, SV Mix Radio.
Okay.
And then I need you to give them your number again so they can contact you, because somebody out there, you need to contact this man, Mr. Nice Guy. He is a nice guy. So go ahead, give your contact.
Okay, the website is svmixmedia.com. The app on your iPhone or your regular phone is SV Mix Radio. And I can be contacted at 313-598-6484. And you can always get at me through Barb, because I love Barb.
Yes, and I love you too. Well, you know how things happen. So my stupid smartphone just went out on me, so I can't pull up the information, but I'm going to have my producer pull up the information about Shatan. Xavier Robinson is a young man that I met through Peas in the Pod. And Peas in the Pod
they are my homies.
Yeah.
We have been dealing with them for quite a while, for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, they are an excellent organization.
Excellent. So I partnered with them to spotlight a missing child. Well, this young man, Shatan, has their mother was murdered in 1999, and the 6 of them were separated, and they are trying to reconnect with their brothers and sisters. And I think Shatan is in the Ohio area. The mother was murdered in 1999, so some of the brothers have reconnected with one another. Xavier is, I think, 23 now, and he's looking for his brother. So I hope the picture is up, and the only picture that we had is one when they were little. So if anybody knows where this young man is, definitely contact Xavier Robinson. He's on Facebook. You can reach him there. When people are missing, they're never forgotten. Your family still loves you. They're looking for you. They want to reconnect with you, and we will partner with them weekly until we try and bring everybody that is missing home. So, Ramon, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out your busy schedule to come in here, sit down and talk with me. And this will not be the last time. It'll be a partnership. We got to, definitely I want to get involved in the camp. And whatever else you think that I'm, where you could use me at, then definitely let me know, and we can do some work together.
Well, thank you for the platform. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah. This is a blessing.
Yeah. So. Well, you're doing some really great things, and this is just not lip service, because I watch you. I've been watching you for a long time, and I'm not talking about like way back in the day when you were just a young man, but I'm talking about, with Mike Powell and just all of the things that you do. Yeah, Mike was supposed to be sitting here, but I know that he's busy, but I'll get him on the show real soon. Just very unfortunate that I didn't have an opportunity to, do something with Van before he passed away. But somebody is out there. You are at your wit's end. Suicide is final. You never get an opportunity to see things happen for you if you give up. Do not give up. Hold on, because there's a better day ahead. All you have to do is put one foot in front of the other. So I'm going to end my show like I always end my show each and every week. Thanking you for tuning in, telling you from my beating heart to your beating heart, I love you. You understand? Okay.